Iconoclast, the space for you to do and say whatever the fuck you want. Who else trying to hop up here and do and say? Give it up for this wonderful human, folks.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
This one I'm going to do, I've been trying to kind of memorize, so I ask you to be patient with me if I kind of mess up on the words a little bit. When I was a kid, I hid my heart under the bed because my mother once told me, if you're not careful with it, someday somebody's going to break it. I can tell you from experience that under the bed is not a good hiding spot because I've been shot down so many times I get altitude sickness from standing up for myself. But that's what they always told you. Stand up for yourself. But that can be hard to do if you don't know who you already are. We were asked to define ourselves at such an early age. And if we didn't define ourselves, other people would do it for us. Stupid, fatty, slut, bag. And at the same time we are asked to define ourselves, we are being asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always thought that was an unfair question because it presupposes we couldn't be what we already were. We were kids. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a man. I wanted a registered retirement savings plan that could keep me in candy long enough for old age to be sweet. When I was a kid, I wanted to shave. Now, not so much. Sorry.
Take your time, it's your stage, man.
When I was 8 years old, I remember I wanted to be a marine biologist. When I was 9, I saw the movie Jaws and thought to myself, no thank you. When I was 10, I had a kid tell me that my father left because he didn't want me. When I was 11, I wanted to be left alone. When I was 12, I wanted to die. When I was 13, I wanted to kill a kid. When I was 14, they asked me to start seriously considering a career path. I told them I'd like to pursue a career in writing. And they told me, don't be stupid. I said, okay then, professional wrestler. And they said, pick something realistic. You see, they asked me what I wanted to be, and then they told me what not to be. And I thought to myself, what makes my dreams so silly? Because you see, my dreams were called names too. Impractical, unrealistic, stupid. Granted, my dreams are shy. They're overly self-conscious and apologetic. They're standing alone at the high school dance, and they've never been kissed. But I had it all planned out. I was persevering. I was gonna be a professional wrestler. I was gonna be the garbage man. My finishing move was gonna be the trash compactor. My saying was gonna be, I'm taking out the trash. And then this dude, Duke the Dumpster Drosy, stole my entire shtick. I was crushed, as if by a trash compactor. So I thought to myself, what do I do? Where do I go from here? Poetry. Like a boomerang, the thing I loved came back to me. So here I am. Unfortunately, I don't do this as a living. I remember one of the first lines of poetry I ever wrote came in response to a world that demanded I hate myself. From age 15 to age 18, I hated myself for becoming the one thing I loathed, a bully. Age 19, I wrote, I will love myself despite the ease with which I lean towards the opposite. You see, when I was a kid, I traded in homework assignments for friends. I handed out tardy slips for each friend that never showed up on time, and in most cases, not at all. I gave myself a hall pass to get through each tragedy. And I remember this plan born out of frustration from this kid who kept pointing to my stomach and calling me Yogi, saying, "Too many picnic baskets." You see, standing up for yourself doesn't mean always embracing violence. And it turns out it's not that hard to trick somebody. So one day, before class, he asked to borrow my math homework. And I said, okay. And I gave him all the wrong answers I wrote down the night before. And when the teacher handed back our assignment, I knew I didn't have to hold up my paper out of 28 out of 30, but my satisfaction was complete when he held up his paper and that was a 0. And he looked over across the room at me confused, and I thought to myself, smarter than the average bear, motherfucker. This is who I am. Found this is how I stand up for myself.
Yeah, yeah.